Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Crazy Cellar. Surprise visits are the best. Can I just say we are very fortunate to be in Texas that we do have local pickup, because sometimes people get really desperate for their wine and they have to come from pickup all the way from Aledo, Texas. What is up, Lisha in the house? How are you?
I'm good. It was a long journey up here to
Right.
North Texas.
Almost Oklahoma.
Way out west
Right.
where the cowfolk live.
I love it. And I will say, Lisha, one thing about her is, one, she's a director, so congratulations on Scout Summit. Are you super excited about going? You have a super kick booty team, which is amazing all over. You have people spread out over. I keep hitting the table. Sorry, I'm gonna give everybody So yes, so that's exciting for you and your team. Congrats, because that is all the hard work that you've done. So that is super amazing. So excited. Welcome everybody again. I love these surprise Facebook Lives. Sorry, I'm so bad at it. But we were talking, and Lisha, from the get-go, talk about somebody who I always talk about. I'm horrible at closing the sale. Lisha is all about closing the sale. The woman will sell wine at a wine bar that doesn't have a product. Hawaii, when we opened up, she was on vacation in Hawaii and was like, oh, are we opening up Hawaii? What, when? Like in 4 days? Because I've got some people signed up, like we're ready to roll. And that is her closing the sale. And not only that, but the memberships. The memberships really are that. So I'll let Lisha kind of talk a little bit about her magic and how she does that.
Woohoo! Well, before we get started on that, I brought you something from the bottom of my heart to you.
Uh-oh.
So you have to, I saw this.
Oh no.
And, well, okay. So I'm going to let you just unveil it first, and then I'm going to tell you why it made me think of you. And I'm going to try not to cry when I do it.
Oh, you did get me. Don't stop believing.
Okay, so I don't know if y'all can see. It's a magical unicorn. Oh, dang, that light. It makes me look better, but it doesn't make
Did you say light?
That's the West Texas. That's West Texas.
Oh.
So this right here made me think of Christina.
Oh.
Because there were times in the past 6 months that I was like, what Kool-Aid is this chick drinking? But y'all, she's made us all want to drink the Kool-Aid. And we're like, and so all that we have to thank when we're all parking our jets next to each other is Christina.
Oh,
Because I mean,
so sweet. I love that.
No, but seriously,
you
every
so
time
sweet.
I'm like texting something,
and this couldn't be any more true today when you were like, I'm coming over. I'm like, don't mind the 17 bags of laundry and like the snacks everywhere.
Yes. So.
True friends don't care if your house is dirty. They care if you have wine.
Cheers. And she even let me drink up. I mean,
Lisha deserved the queen goblet, I will say. So
I brought you the queen goblet.
Thank you. I love that.
For letting us all not stop believing. But seriously, that's all you've done is just being like, don't stop believing.
Yes. So now let's talk about your magic and believe and your closing of your memberships and awesomeness.
So we're all doing tastings, and you're going to do a tasting. I mean, it's fun, so it's not really work. Or I feel like my tastings, I have a lot of fun. I go and I have a lot of fun with people. You're talking about their travels and what they know about wine, and it's just really fun. So I kind of, as I go into my closing, I bring that into my closing. And I talk about, let's just do a little role play.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for coming tonight, Christina. It was so fun to have you and to see you. What do you guys drink mostly?
Mainly, you know what, honestly, I kind of like more sweet wines. I'm kidding. That's the worst word. I'm kidding. But I tend to go to whites. I like whites, especially for summertime.
Okay.
I like whites. But, my husband likes reds. And so,
okay.
And
I do hear that a lot. So whatever they say, I listen to that customer, and I ask this to every single customer. What do you guys mostly drink? Whether, and they'll tell you, we drink only whites. We don't drink anything but whites, whatever it is. So then I'm listening to what she's saying to me. So you drink whites and Henry drinks reds mostly.
Yes, but I drink more wine than he does, but definitely. But I'll drink a red occasionally. But
okay. But so do you think, like, are you guys going through a bottle a night? Or y'all going through 2 or 3 a week? Like, what, generally speaking, on an average week, how many bottles do you guys drink?
Probably, I would say maybe a bottle or 2 a week.
Okay. So that's, let's say 2.
Yes.
So let's say 2 a week. If you guys have a steak or whatever, let's just say you're generally going through 2 bottles a week. So that times 4 is 8 bottles a month.
Right. Yeah.
So you guys are, you're drinking 8 bottles a month on the average month. And then have you ever had that time when you're like late for a party and you have to freaking stop at Kroger and get a freaking bottle of wine or something, and then you're later in my case,
right?
You would be anyway.
And I can't take the cheap stuff.
You can't take the cheap stuff. You gotta send somebody, whatever. So you guys could probably, whether it's a baby shower or whatever, it would be a good thing to have a few bottles extra on hand.
Yeah.
Just to kind of grab and go. Or, I mean, do you guys entertain ever?
Yes. Yeah. A lot of times we do. Yeah.
Okay. So when your friends come over, you're going to want to share the good stuff with them.
Yes. Yeah. Sometimes they bring bottles, but yeah, most of the time, usually it's my own stuff that they usually like to.
Yeah. You want to, even if it was just to share. So let's just say there was a couple of extra bottles. So by your own admission, just kidding. So that's kind of where I lead them, because people, when you start out, oh, you guys need a 12-bottle membership, they're like, whoa, no, that's a lot of wine.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a lot of wine. So it's just kind of getting that number in their head. And then, so, you know what, Christina, you guys, even if you guys did a 6-bottle membership, you're going to drink it all, throughout the course of the month, and you're not going to have any to share with friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you might consider, we have a 12-bottle mixed.
Oh,
and so you're going to get 10% off.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just say on average, a 12-bottle mixed case, it's going to be around $250.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to get 25% off it, $25 off the top of that. So now you're like at $225. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to give you an additional 5% off as a thank you for being a wine club member.
Oh, so that's almost like 15%. So that's what I'm basically already getting when I go to
Exactly. And you have to go, and then there's no Whole Foods, there's no Sprouts that has a level 3 sommelier standing right there telling you, this is the bottle that I've tried. I've just recently tasted this. This is amazing. So you don't have that. So I not only am able to ship it to your doorstep, so you don't have to drag 3 kids into Whole Foods and Sprouts. And
especially during the summer.
Yes, and listen to everybody else's kids. So I just really talk to the customer like that. So I walk them through, how many bottles are you already drinking a month? They are going out to buy those bottles from somewhere. Right. They are having to take their kids, whatever it is. Everybody loves having a nice gift to throw. Yes. I have wine, and I have those lovely little tea towels that I had printed up. And I throw those together, and it's a nice little gift for any occasion, whether it's a shower or going to somebody's house. So this is great to tell your people. It really builds that value for that membership in their mind. The other thing is you have to go, you need to know these numbers in your own head. So I never buy wine unless I'm buying it in a case, because guess what? I want 10% off. Right. Yeah. Yeah. So, even as a consultant. Right. I mean, even as a consultant, I don't want to, why in the world would I buy 6 bottles when I can get an additional 5% off, which is basically free tax. Mm-hmm. So just really building the value for your customer, and then knowing the value in your own head, because really this is all about a belief system. Right. If you believe that your customer, got the wild hair. I'm like, wait, what? And it's backwards on there, so it's flipped. It's be really smart. So just the fact that you're walking your customer through that, and you're not just sitting down and going, hey, Christina, I really think that you should get a 12-bottle mix membership. And then they're like, whoa, I'm not a wino. Right. And then they're like, no. So, and that's okay. It's called going for the no in the sales world. Going for the no. So no does not mean they hate you. No just means that you haven't found the correct solution to their problem yet. So if I'm telling you that what I hear you saying, and that's a great word for you to say to people, or you can even start out with the words, hey, Christine, I'm just curious. When you say I'm just curious to someone, it immediately turns off the reasoning portion of their brain, because I'm curious. Right. It's not like, oh, right. It's not that I'm out to get you. Right. And you're genuinely interested. I'm just curious. Yes, right. How much wine do you guys drink a week? Right. 2 bottles? Okay, well, so that's 8 bottles a month. And then we're going to go to a couple of parties, and we're going to have a couple people over. So it's not, but at that point, it's not crazy in their mind. Sorry, I'm shaking the table. It's not crazy in their mind to buy that 12 bottles. And then it's also building value for that customer. Let them know that they're saving, in essence, 15% off of every case. And there's more. As a bonus, they get the coupon. For an additional 10%. Which I love the coupon. I do too. When I'm going to buy, I love that $32 Sauvignon Blanc, but I'm not going to drink a $32 bottle every single night. Right. But if I get it for $29, suddenly it's a different story.
Right? Yes.
I mean, it
yes.
really does. Like it's a little boost that I needed.
I love that. Well, and even gifting now, Scout and Cellar is we've kind of developed a name. So my friends, when they actually get a gift of Scout and Cellar, I had some teachers that were like, "Oh, I thought you were going to give us wine."
Yeah,
because they knew it was good wine. You know what I mean? So they're good.
And it's not the same,
too, right?
When you bring them as a gift, when you bring them to a friend, it's not the same thing. It's not Josh. Everybody's bringing Josh, and what's the other 4 hands or 12? I don't even know what it is.
The 4 clubs, the
12 hands,
the turkey on the fly. I don't know.
It's like some horses. I don't know.
Oh yes,
You know
14 hands.
Thank you. I knew it was
Why is there a horse? I don't know.
Maybe.
Anyway, maybe.
So I mean, the point is that it's delicious. You have a story behind it. I love the story that Sarah told yesterday. If y'all didn't watch the reserve room, the Tuesday tasting, you need to go and watch that because she told it. It's a fantastic story that we should all be sharing with the Shannon Blanc. And I love how she's like the little Rice Krispies. Like,
I know, right?
She's so expressive.
She had me until she said bumble. And then I lost it. I couldn't pay attention. I am like a 12-year-old trapped in a 40-something-year-old body. So you were doing you were trying to explain these membership situations to me and like where it is, building, right? Like
right. So
personal sales.
We're at a tasting. We're already there. We might as well be sharing the best possible value with our customers, which is the membership. That's the best value to them. It is. So, and it also keeps everybody from having to think about it. You've got 6 bottles, 12 bottles, whatever it is, hitting your doorstep. So let's talk about the benefit, yes, to you, the consultant. So I kind of did some little quick math, and y'all don't laugh at I stole Alexa's
art paper
supplies. So let's just talk about that magical $3,000 mark, which we all want to get to get the full benefit of the comp plan. So you want to be selling $3,000 in personal sales every single month to fully be benefiting yourself on the comp plan, because we love to help. We love to share people. But then we also like, to get a little bit back for that.
Right.
So if you sell, let's make our first goal to sell 20 6-bottle memberships. Okay, so that's not hard. I think I told her the other day, I've been doing this about 6 months, maybe a couple more, 7, and I'm up to $1,000 in residual income that people are wine clubs, so they're hitting every month, maybe a little bit more on some months, because some of them are every other, however it goes. But let's just make it our goal to get to 20 6-bottle memberships every single month, because then you don't even have to think about your $3,000 at that point, because that is residual income.
Right.
Every month when those 20 memberships process for those people, you're going to get $750 hitting your bank account in cash and $150 in free wine. So it's a total for you of $900 a month. I don't know about you, but that's legit for a part-time gig for me.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, $750, that pays a car payment. That pays the grocery bill. That pays a lot of things. Right.
So at tastings too. So then that's right. So selling the concept then, right? So that makes more sense, right? So when you're tasting wines, you're like, okay, this is the Dove Hunt Dog Chardonnay. Like I don't know what you, but I know when I do a tasting, I'm like, okay, this is what we're tasting. It's the Dove Hunt Dog, Chardonnay. If this isn't your forte, then I make sure I in my head have an alternate one that I'm going to talk about. Like if this is too light, Chardonnay-ish, if it's too Chardonnay-ish.
Yeah, Chardonnay girl.
Sarah's on now. Little Sarah Quintero. What's up? Hi, Courtney. Hi, Katie. Then yes, I'll go, we also have, if it's another Chardonnay that we have, whether it's the HP Chardonnay, or even if it's another white that I'm sharing. If you don't like Chardonnays, then the Dove Hunt Dog makes an amazing Sauvignon Blanc, which is lighter and a little more summer. And so just always making sure that whatever you're tasting, again, selling the concept, don't just talk about the bottle, talk about the other ones that we have, and which is amazing too. And sometimes I always bring bottles. Like I'll bring other bottles and I'm like, we're not tasting those, but these are some of our other hot sellers.
I agree.
But this is what
I do that too.
We wanted to taste.
Yeah, because you never know what they're going to buy just based on the bottle.
Right. Well. Yes. Yeah.
And I've also found that it generally takes me 2 exposures to sell a membership. Now I have had, it's because I've been putting on my Believe oil and all my voodoo.
You said that too.
No, but it's been very interesting. So the last event that I had, 4 people just walked up, tasted the wine. They were like, I love it. I don't want to have to think about it. If it's a level 3 som that's curating all your wine lists, sign me up for membership. It was boom, boom. I was on fire.
Maybe that's part of it too, where you can really start focusing on more of our education and making more posts that are more about really how unique it is to have a level 3 SOM. Some of these other places that we talk about that are competitors, Troy Farms, Echo, they don't have.
And we don't have a competitor.
We don't. There's not another SOM that's out there doing what we're doing.
And there's no one else that's testing these wines. And I know you have shared with me before that we have tested from the same vineyard 2 different vintages, and one came back clean and one did not. And so you can say all day, oh, well, this is a known biodynamic vineyard, but you don't know what they did with that particular vintage if they couldn't get rid of whatever pest it was or mold.
And that's exactly what it was. It was one of them that they were like, oh, that's the year we had this really horrible fungus, whatever it was. And they're like, yeah, we had to resort. It was either lose our whole crop, lose our whole year, or spray it with,
fungicide and
horrible, fungicides and chemicals. And so that shows up in our testing. And so again, that's why it's the sticker is literally that we have tested.
Absolutely. So yes, I love the whole, you do have to sell the concept, because there's not a wine that's going to come through that you're not going to love as much as you love whatever's in your glass today.
Right.
And if for some crazy reason you get a wine that isn't your jam, send a message to support at Scout and Cellar. And
ask your consultant. And that's my job, right? This is your business, right? And so hi Sarah, Chardonnay all the way. And that's what's unique about it. And so we're going to start focusing some trainings on that. I mean, this is your business, really kind of understanding what those percentages are that you make on your commissions. You can create your own percentages off. You can create your own, right? So that you're still making. And so really just kind of making it your own true entrepreneurship business and working that.
Yes. And
so
selling that concept. Okay.
Some big numbers on the other side. I was excited.
So then we've been doing this for less than a year.
Yes.
And I should have counted I think I have 15 memberships, whether they're monthly, every other month, whatever. So, let's just say you focus on getting 5 memberships a month. In 10 months, that's 50 memberships. So this is a little bit bigger of a number, but let's just say that you do 106 bottle memberships. That is $15,000 in sales. That is almost $4,000 hitting your bank account in cash every single month. Okay.
Right.
So once you get to this 106 bottle membership, you are getting $3,750 hitting your bank account every single month while you sleep, while you do your laundry, while you take your kids to preschool. You also get $750 in wine credits to build your business. That's amazing.
Right. Yes.
I don't ever have to buy wine again. So that's going to bump up that $3,750.
Right. So that's what you're using. That becomes that rolling residual that you're doing your tastings with, that you're sharing with, that you're giving as gifts. So then that way you're just a nice.
Yeah. That you don't have to get out of your personal budget, because I'm not going to lie, I drink some of that at my house.
I do.
So anyway, then he'll stop yelling at me and being like, what does he tell me? He tells me I'm drinking all the profits.
Drinking.
I'm like,
you're testing. It's part of your job. You have to test the ball.
Right off.
So Courtney Hopeful, you had a great question. I had a client ask me what percentage of bottle vintages get denied in testing. So before they're actually tested, because the test actually is pretty expensive, to be honest, and it actually goes to 2 different places. And so it's like getting the bottle, shipping it there, and then having to go through exactly what they're taking. Since there's an expense to that, Sarah really does work with those partners and really talk to them and really kind of understand their process, and to make sure that that they really are clearly, doing what we adhere to with our clean crafted promise. If a vineyard or someone that she's talking to, a partnership, and they're not being very forward about everything in their process and what they bottle and then she's not even going to bother to even go there. And so, again, a lot of that upfront work is done just having those communications with some of them. So percentage wise, I don't think I really know. I think it's pretty small, to be honest, because for them to actually get to the full testing is a whole nother, different process. So she's already kind of done a lot of footwork. And then we also, of course, have some importers like Aaliyah with Bliss Imports that does a lot of that front end homework for us. And then we test it. And again, it's just a couple of one-offs. I think that we've had a few that have come back. But that's a great question.
Well, and then again, we tell the customer, and you've said this before, you're welcome. I mean, you're welcome that we are going to not only do all that footwork for you as a company, but then we're going to ship it straight to your doorstep. And 9 months out of the year, we're not even going to charge you shipping as long as you buy $100. I mean, come on, y'all. This is a great company and an easy sell. So with this one, Christina was saying, that's basically $45,000 a year in salary.
Right.
And that's a teacher's salary.
Teacher's salary. And that's not including the wine credits. And
that just means that you don't have to deal with the public school system and being a teacher, which I've done. It was just lovely, and I'm just
couldn't-
so thankful
I'm
that
surprised it kept my kids alive. Speaking of, where are they? There's one. They're
we've
fine.
only lost.
They're fine. We've only lost 2 out of the 3. We're golden. We don't know where yours are.
So yeah, I left them. I was like, y'all have iPads. They'll be fine.
So in the membership, so can you just roll? So roll. Speaking of, can you just do like when you go through your whole tasting, you do your whole spiel, then I've tasted everything. What is kind of your
I sit down with every single person. Don't think you're sneaking out. If you're sneaking out, I'm like, oh my gosh, Christina, thank you so much for coming. Did I get your order?
You're so good.
And then that's fine if you don't want to order, but you got to tell me that to my face.
Right?
I was here for 2 hours pouring wine for you.
Right? And you drank it.
And you drank it.
And
And you
that's
liked
okay.
it.
They know that. People who come to these things, and that was something I had to get over. Again, I'm a horrible salesperson. I am a network, public, feely unicorn. Lovey, everybody. I'm horrible at sales. And I was just like, oh, they're walking away. But no, you're right. They know they're there. They know they're tasting wine. They understand. Very few times people come in that's not really understanding that it's wine. There's order forms that they know to order. And so, I think it was Courtney's that is just like, assume the sale and be gracious. Yeah. And just, and
absolutely.
I think that's great.
So I just I don't hand out my order forms because I don't want people to be like, oh, I'm going to take this and I'll give it to you later. No. I keep all the order forms, and so then I take a pen and order form, and I'm like, hey, and then that's when I start, because everyone kind of breaks out,
right? They do, yes.
Afterwards, and so then I just go person by person. I take the order form, I take a pen. I'm like, hey, Christina, I so enjoyed, chatting with you tonight, and I try to make a genuine connection with whatever it was that we genuinely connected with throughout the night. And then I start in with A is how many bottles do you guys drink, and then I make a recommendation based on what you told me. I think you guys would really benefit from the 12 bottle mixed membership. Right. And then you're going to get that $10 coupon every month. If you don't want to do 12, then let's do 6. Or, I let them kind of walk through that process. I'm going to go for the no on the 12 bottle monthly. If you're, then maybe we should just start with the 6. Right. And that usually is, yes, that sounds good. I can definitely do the 6. And so,
right. And I think where I go wrong sometimes, I give them, I go 6, 12, and you could even do it quarterly. I'm like, don't worry, just sign up. And I think that's probably the worst thing to do, right? It's the monthly. And then if not, then you can start going, oh, well, we have.
Right. I mean, go for the no. You start with a 12 bottle monthly. The worst they can say is no. That's really not a good fit for my family right now. Fantastic. Would a 6 bottle monthly probably be better for you guys than that? Would you be more comfortable with a 6 bottle until you guys get used to it and see what you guys think?
Maybe.
So yes.
You 12. Yes.
So and then I generally will say I will write on there, and I have order forms that I think Emily, Katie, actually maybe Katie did my order forms. That I have them just circle. So I'm like blah blah blah, circle 12 bottle mix, la la la. And then I hand it over, and I'm like, if you don't mind, would you go ahead and write in your credit card number? I explain the shipping situation. You have to have over 21, blah, blah, blah. And then I leave you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. I super enjoyed meeting you. Please let me know. Here's my card. Yeah. Can I get your number? And then I always try to get people's number. I just like to have my customers. So you'll have my number. If you have any issues, just let me know. And I get them. I get their number. I shoot them a text that helps me remember, hey, Christina, I really enjoyed talking to you tonight. I'm so, glad that you came. I hope you and Henry enjoys those reds. I hope you enjoy, so that I'm remembering what we talked about, so that the next time that I go to contact you, I don't have to go, oh my gosh, what did we talk about? I know that you like whites, that Henry likes reds. Hey, I got these great reds in that Henry's going to love. Do you guys want to, whatever. So that's how I do it. And then I move on to the next person, so that you're not right. I circle what you're doing, and then I'll always also will say, okay, you guys got the 12 bottle monthly membership. I know you really like that Chardonnay. Did you guys want to get 6 of these just in addition to that?
You just keep.
I do.
The upsale. It's called
the upsale. We're here for this, girls.
Right. That's what yes.
I'm only here tonight. And you're going to forget, and you are welcome that I got you this bottle that you love. You are welcome.
Yes, you're right.
So you're going to thank me when you have a party and you have 6 of these beauties to share.
Right. Yes.
So that's how I do it. And then I move on to the next person and duplicate the process and tell everybody where to put your order form, so drunk people don't end up I don't know. Sometimes that happened once. I'm like, it's like at school. That's the teacher coming out of me. I'm like, here's the folder. When you're done, please just stick your order form back in the folder. I'm gonna shred them all at the end of the night for people over 60 who are stressing
and
out.
I do that mistake. I'm like, okay, I'll be over here if y'all want to order, and there's order forms, and then I sit there, and then they keep drinking my wine,
and then yes, exactly. So anyway, that's what I did. So
yes, well, and then I put if you come up to me, one, it's endearing, it's charming, and one, it's like, okay, I liked it, and I'm gonna order, you know what I mean? Instead, I'm like, oh, she's not paying attention. You get them.
Well, I mean, like, how many times, even if it's a pity 6-bottle order, by golly, you drank my wine.
Yes.
And you're going to be thankful when you don't have a hangover and you
the next morning. Those are my favorite texts. Are those?
Yeah, mine too.
That is. Thank you.
I know, it's crazy. People, it's the same thing with the oils. People are like, the oils are crappy, they don't work. And then I'm like, they're like, oh, the oils are amazing. It's the same thing with the wine. They're like, oh yeah, right. I'm gonna drink a whole bottle. I'm not gonna have a hangover. And then I get the text next morning, and I'm like, I'm not a liar,
right?
I'm a lot of things. A liar is not
it. I love it. I love it.
So anyway, I love it. So
I love that.
Let's focus on the memberships, because if you really truly dive into what true residual income is, you'll never work hourly again.
Right.
I will never. Stan's like, don't you want to go back to teaching?
No.
Thank you for everyone who does it, but join my team.
Yes.
And you don't have to do it anymore.
I will. That's amazing. But that was great. I'm so glad. I appreciate it. Any questions about the sale? I appreciate you guys hanging in. I know, again, midday.
Yeah,
I'm not like it's midday,
Yes. And I'm going to
appreciate you. Got to go pick up your wine
tonight. I got to. Yeah, Jessica's
get
probably like, get off
right?
Facebook Live. I'm waiting on you, girl. Does anybody have any questions, or do you guys have any great ideas that, if you guys, as you're kind of watching the replays, put in the comments below what you have found that you're successful in, how you close, and how it goes, and any questions, we'll go back and answer them.
Yes, love it. Woo-hoo. Cheers to you.
Cheers to
Woo.
you.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good
leader.
Wednesday. Are we Wednesday? Sorry.
It's Wine Wednesday.
It's Wine Wednesday. Woo. Bye, everybody.
Bye.